So, again, nice to meet you guys. My name's Anna. First, I want to ask you guys what each of your positions are here and then how long you've worked here.
I'll start. So I'm the operations supervisor. I've been here going on 13 years. I started as a courier, operations supervisor. I oversee the entire operation for the mail coming in, distributing out all this mail and packages to the students on campus and as well as the faculty and staff. And then overseeing the retail counters that we have here at our Hampton Street location and the Russell House location as well.
Mm-hmm. So does the mail come here first and then you distribute to the Russell
Yes.
House? And all?
So all the mail for the entire university comes here for students and faculty and staff.
Oh.
They go in two separate areas. Faculty staff area we'll sort out, and that's what Mark handles.
Mm-hmm.
Our student area, we have a bunch of our whole team processes student packages here, and then we ship all those packages to the Black PE Center, and that's the mail package pickup location is at the Black PE Center. It used to be in the Russell House,
yeah,
but now it's at the Black.
Okay.
But then we have a retail counter at the Russell House itself.
Okay.
So all the packages come here and go to a couple of different locations before they actually make it to the department or the student.
Awesome. Right.
I'm Joseph Mobley. I'm the data coordinator and also program manager with the Passport Facility Office. Pretty much I assist Mike with the overall operations of the Postal Service, and also manage the Passport Facility Office.
Okay.
And I've been here going on 13 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'm Mark Johnson. I'm the sort supervisor, and I've been here for 4.5 years, but I've been with the university for 22.
Oh, wow.
But my job basically is the USPS has designated 2 specific zip codes to the university. One is for all of our departments, faculty and staff, and one is specifically for the students.
Mm-hmm.
And those zip codes are how we sort everything that comes through here. So it's my job is to do the forwarding. Basically, when the mail comes in, we have to just put it in each specific department according to the name, department, room, building, so on and so forth.
All right, awesome. So you all mentioned you've been here kind of for a long time, so long before the pandemic happened. So my first question relating to the pandemic is, how has your day-to-day responsibilities changed, I guess, since the pandemic began and now kind of as we're going a little bit back towards more so kind of how life was before the pandemic?
Going back to when Joe and I started, we used to get a lot of mail every day. The mail volume has definitely decreased over those years, but now kind of seems even more so since the pandemic. So we're not seeing as much mail volume coming into us. Letter mail volume or package volume for students has gone through the roof.
Yeah.
So the letter mail volume for the departments and students will go down, but the package volume for the students has gone way up. We're pushing around 130,000 packages right now, and we still got another month and a half to go in the school year.
Oh, wow.
And last year we did 86,000 packages, but then last year we had about 1,500 fewer students on campus that we provided mail service for. So we're back up to full capacity for our students on campus, and then our package volume has gone through the roof since then.
Well, I'm sure most of that is probably like Amazon packages and stuff like that. And then during the beginning of the pandemic, when the country was locked down, were you all still working in person?
We were. We were all still here, and we actually worked straight through. The mail service. We stayed here. We may have had a couple of days for a couple of weeks where we alternated a few days, but then we were right back to full 5 days a week working here in the building. What COVID did for our operation is we used to deliver twice a day to the departments, and COVID actually allowed us to kind of change our whole operation.
Oh, really?
We went, instead of going out twice a day to the departments, we reduced that back to once per day for the departments. And then to the mail volume, with the mail volume going down, it wasn't feasible to go out twice a day to deliver to the department. So we're back to one a day. Our employees are now able to process all the student packages here to help out with our Blanton location. And then so we're only going to the departments once per day. And so that kind of keeps us out of the area.
Right.
All the departments, you know, we don't want to be in there no more than we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when 2020, the summer 2020 rolled around, you know, folks were kind of hesitant as far as, you know, letting people in, wanting to be checked or screened. You know, we just wanted to come in, drop the mail and go.
Right.
So
Our biggest challenge was, when it all started, was the fact that people weren't coming to work.
Yeah.
So we were, you know, our route drivers were taking mail to locked buildings. So what we did is we initiated a program where we sent out emails, mass emails to everyone on campus saying, if you need your mail, bring your Carolina card to the loading dock.
Mhm.
And for, I don't know how many months, we were just delivering mail for 6 hours off the loading dock.
Wow.
So like if you were with the biology department, you were that person that comes from biology, you would have to come here, show your Carolina card, we'd write it down, and we'd pull all the mail and all the because all the packages were having to come here also.
Mm-hmm.
Like UPS and FedEx, they do deliver to the departments, but because they were locked, they couldn't deliver them. So they were all coming here to us.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it was, you know, these were equipment they needed to do experiments with. Some of it was even perishable things,
Right.
you know, specimens and stuff. So it was kind of important for us to be here and for them to have access to the mail service.
Yeah.
But that was our biggest challenge, I think.
Wow.
we changed our entire operation within the matter of a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And it was, and so we've got a couple of different things going on. We're handling student mail and packages, but then also the departments.
Right.
So we've got two different customer bases that we deal with. And all the student mail, we brought everything back. At that point, we were at the Russell House. All the student package pickup was at the Russell House. We brought all that mail back, and I want to say it was around 3,000 pieces or so of packages that we actually brought back that second week of March or so. And then we had to forward all that out, and we got that out in a matter of days.
Oh, wow.
We forwarded it to all those students at their permanent address because they weren't coming back to campus.
Yeah.
So, and what year are you?
I'm a senior.
Okay, so
Yeah. I was a sophomore when the pandemic first
so
started.
you were still picking up your packages at the Russell House when you were a freshman?
Yeah, when I was a freshman, and then sophomore year I lived off campus, so I got them sent to my apartment. Yeah. So did you guys switch over shipping packages and mail to Blatt once the pandemic happened, or?
We've actually changed locations since then. So when the pandemic started, we moved out of the Russell House to the Coliseum.
Oh, okay.
For a year. So that 2020, 2021, we were at the Coliseum, and then we had to vacate that facility, and now we're at the Black PE Center from 21, 22, and that's going to be our new home.
Okay.
Black PE. So that's where all the packages we picked up from.
Mm-hmm.
And the packages ramping up can be attributed somewhat to COVID, but it's
Right.
also kind of the mindset of today's
Right, just how
student.
people are. Yeah.
You know, there's no Walmart right around here, so it's a lot easier
Yeah,
just
just
to go
order on
online. I mean, I
Amazon
get
and it's
it,
there, yeah.
but you know, we have students that will order a laptop, and we have students that will order a tube of toothpaste. So,
Right.
you know, it's all about convenience, and we get that, but, you know.
Yeah, especially a student, like, you don't have a car your freshman
Yeah,
year, and your parents
exactly.
can just go on Amazon
Yep.
and send you something you need. It's there by the end of the day. So yeah, I for sure get that. I do the same thing sometimes. So, what was it kind of like? Because since you guys were, you know, essential workers during the beginning of the pandemic, so I guess what was that kind of like? Just, you know, so many other people were just at home, not really doing anything, and you guys still had to be here every day, like business as usual, and figuring it out as you go.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
you know, because once we got into, you know, what we were doing, it was, you know, before you know we were here, and then a couple of hours later we're gone, because we still were on, we weren't here. It was like we would our regular 9 to 5. We were here,
Right.
you know, maybe 5 hours during the day,
Okay.
several times a week. And once we got used to that, it just felt like any other day.
Right.
Traffic was a lot better.
Yeah.
It was frustrating though to a point, because you know, we deliver to this building, and it's mostly administrative, it's human resources, payroll for all of the university. So, you know, you go up there and there's no one in any of the offices.
Right.
And I get it, they can do their job from home, but the mail doesn't stop coming in.
Right.
Just like the custodial workers had to be here, dining services had to be here. I mean, we understood our role. We had to be here to
Right.
take care, keep this stuff moving. So it really wasn't that bad, and like I said, it was really quiet. I mean, it wasn't as hectic as it typically is.
Yeah. And since you guys do work on campus, I guess, like, how has, the campus life, because it's changed for us as students, how has that affected your job here at the post office? If at all, I mean.
It really hadn't affected us, at all. It was just
Mhm.
pretty much transitioning into,
Yeah.
something new, change.
I think moving facilities, we were for 2 years in a row, we changed facilities for the students to pick up packages at. And so just making sure we communicated that well to the students.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the feedback from the students as far as where they're picking their packages up, were they satisfied at the Coliseum, or are they satisfied at the Blatt, or was it more convenient at the Russell House? Just trying to work with the students to figure out a good, happy medium, but we wanted
Yeah.
to take ourselves out of the Russell House because we knew that the traffic that our facility brings.
It wasn't conducive for staying
Yeah.
6 feet apart,
Yeah.
masked. I mean, we'd have people going up to the second floor.
Right, yeah, I remember freshman year, the lines would
Yeah.
get so bad, especially at middle class change.
And at the Coliseum, we could run them out on the outside
yeah.
sidewalk. Even at Blatt, they can go out on the outside sidewalk. So, as long as everybody was wearing their mask, everybody was good. So, but yeah, that was a big change.
Mm-hmm.
I think another big change due to the pandemic, but due to the volume of packages that we were receiving from Amazon, we implemented the Amazon lockers.
Oh, yeah.
So now we have 8 lockers on campus. We have one added just a few weeks ago at the Blatt. I don't know if you've used them or not.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one right outside of our building here, and we can show you once we leave.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you order from Amazon, if you've got Prime, you can have it delivered to that locker and have it
Okay.
conveniently delivered near you. We've got one near the Close Hit building, Burns building, Russell House, Pendleton Street Garage, 1244 Blossom Street, here at Hampton Street, Close Hill. Now the Black PE Center has one.
And when they finish the campus village, we'll have several banks of them down there.
Oh,
So a student can actually get something at midnight if they're
Yeah.
studying at the library or something, you can just go and grab what you need.
Or if you're living at Capstone, there's a locker right across from it, the Close Hit building.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can pick up your
Yeah, that's
package
nice.
there instead of going to the Russell House or the Blatt or Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Coliseum, we have another locker at the Coliseum.
Yeah, that is very nice. How have the campus COVID restrictions changed your job here? I know, some people feel like all those restrictions have kind of impacted us. I know me as a student, I feel like it hasn't really, but I don't live on campus, or, I only come to campus for classes and stuff, so I don't see it as much as, you guys might working on campus every single day.
Well, a lot of departments locked themselves down.
Mm-hmm.
We had to get card access to get into certain places that
Okay.
normally we could just walk right in on. They kept their doors closed. They wanted to have a closed facility. They put card access up, so we had to manage through that and to make sure our drivers had access to get into those points of delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And just getting, we had to walk into certain buildings. We had to make sure we had our masks on or whatnot. We were doing a daily screening when we're coming in and out of our facility. If we had a guest coming through, they had to be screened.
It got environmental services to actually, they always did a good job, but the custodial staff now really does a really good job. Because
Yeah.
they, before, no one cleaned door handles.
Mm-hmm.
So now, every other day, they're cleaning door handles, they mop the floors, so they take care of us. The masks were annoying, it's something you gotta get used to.
Right.
We deal with the public with our passport services.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of important. I don't like masks, no one likes masks, but it was something you had to do, so put it on and get over it.
Yeah. And then my last question is, how do you feel that the relationship with the post office and just within your job with your customers has changed since the pandemic began?
I don't think too much has really changed.
Mhm.
As far as with our front counter and passport services, nothing really has changed. Of course, we've been able to draw in a little bit more customer base, especially with our passport services. No one likes going down to 1601 Assembly Street, but I say, well, from my perspective, nothing has really changed as far as, you know, the customer base.
That's good.
You know, for the post office.
Right, well, that is all the questions I have, so thank you guys very much.